Good evening. Redneck EF Hutton here again. Haven't been around for a while. Just kind of been doing some work and working on some family stuff, but wanted to kind of post a little video about my latest 3D printed build. But before I do that, let me go ahead and show you a recap of what I've already done. I'm just waiting on the upper kit to come in the mail. So this is my fully 3D printed AR-15 9mm. I even printed the magazine, fully 3D printed magazine. The only parts on this that are not printed is the tube and the spring and the buffer and the lower parts kit. Everything else, including the safety, everything is good. It's working, as you can see. Safety. This is good to go. I am simply just waiting on the parts kit, on the upper, the upper receiver to come in the mail. So all I gotta do is pin it on here, and this is gonna be a 9mm carbine. So this one is almost ready for firing, obviously. However, that's not what today's video is about. You know, for several years now, I have wanted to build Serbu's gun buyback 22. I've even got the template here on a piece of metal, but I quickly figured out that I was not going to be able to do it like this without a CNC. So I had to shift gears on that a little bit because I have no CNC here and no room to buy one and put one in. So I kind of stepped away from that one for a little while, and I built a couple of the Gremlin 22s, which I like. They're nice and small, but I still wanted the Serbu GB22. So I did a little research, and I noticed that Sailing on the Sea, there are files for the 3D printed Mark Serbu's GB22. So what do you know? I did some YouTube videos, and one person on YouTube has already printed it, tested it. He even put some threads on there. I tried the threads. It doesn't work on my suppressor, so I'll do something different with that. Excuse me, sorry. I'll do something different with that later, maybe. But I did go out today and I shot my first 3D printed GB22, and this is it right here. Now, anybody that knows me, if you guys have seen some of my other videos with my Plastic Blasters 22, I used rubber bands to actuate everything. I like that. I think that's a great idea. Even with my Gremlin 22s, I switched the springs out to rubber bands because they're plentiful, and you can continuously increase the pressure by just adding more rubber bands. So this does have the spring inside, but what I didn't want to do was try to figure out a spring. Went in the directions, tried to buy the spring kit from Home Depot, couldn't really find one that worked the way I wanted it to. They're too small, you know, they didn't give enough spring tension to ignite the round. So back to the rubber band I went. This was my first attempt at printing it. This gun fires just fine. Hard to rack sometimes though. There it is. And I have popped off, I did 10 rounds through this gun today at the gun range, 5 shorts and 5 22 long rifle, subsonic for the suppressor, because I did have my suppressor on the end of it. I didn't like it, so I cut it off and I redid the barrel and everything so that it's good. But I think it's a nice option for a carry gun. I mean, it's got one round, but I did make a nice speed clip for it. I don't know how much speedier they are, but you kind of get the idea. You pop out the spent round, reach in here and put that in there, and then just pull and it loads, and then you're ready to fire again. I also created this little safety that goes right over the top so that you can carry it just like that with a round in the chamber. And then should you need to, you can rack it back, pop that, and you're good to go. Just like that. Simple as that. I think it's great. It's a cool gun. Shoots well. Thanks for the plans. Thanks for the testing. And I'm going to make another one. I think I'm going to remix this to try and turn it into a carbine rifle. 16-inch carbine rifle with a rail on the top for a scope, a rail on the bottom here for, you know, hand guard or tripod or something. But I think this is done. I have zero problems with this. It works fine. It fits in my pocket. I will be keeping this one. And that's it for now.